Hey, this is James from All Hail Internal Combustion. Um, Back working on this 95 Ford F-150 that we're doing the clutch job in, and we found some other things that were wrong too. We're going to be replacing the master and the slave cylinder. And once we got up underneath of the dashboard, we realized that the pivot for the clutch was completely shot. This is out of backup that we pulled out of another truck that we had here. It was Mikey's old truck, and we decided to pull the clutch pedal mechanism and brake pedal out of it just to have it on the shelf, and luckily we did. I still have to get the one out from underneath of the dashboard, but that thing is chewed up. So we're going to go ahead and replace it with this one that we had kicking around, and I can make a repair to the other one and put that back on the shelf. So once I beat this piece out from underneath of the dashboard, we'll be back. Now here's a little side-by-side comparison. This one over here on the left-hand side is the one that I just pulled off our backup pedal assembly. And this is the one that is coming out of the truck. And as you can see, that thing is destroyed. Now some of these little marks on here I did put in with the air chisel, because that's how I used to work this thing off, because you can't get up there with a hammer. But that wear right there is why it's been having problems with the neutral safety switch, not wanting to start the truck, and lots of playing the clutch pedal. And whoever worked on it before, all they basically did was had the rod in here and a piece of wire tied around it, and they would reach up under the dash and pull the switch manually to start the truck. You know, supposedly the person put a clutch in this truck too, so when you're in there, just like fix things right. It's really not that hard. And I went ahead and I cleaned these up a little bit. The one on the right is a destroyed one. As you can see, the part numbers are different size, but they're exactly the same part number. So just in case you guys should happen to need one of these for your truck, there's a part number in case yours is wiped out. Alright, so what I got here is I have the, let me turn the light on. Alright, I got the they call this the clutch safety switch. And what it is, that rod goes through it that goes into your master cylinder for your clutch. The way you get these things off is it's going to be up in the truck in this position. You unhook your wires. You pull back here on these corners, and they're tabbed. So if you pull on that and lift it up a little bit, do the same thing on your other side. Then you can lift this top off, do that. Then you put this up on your rod. You want to take your front edge here, and there's a couple little ramps here that it goes underneath of. So you want to make sure that that is sitting underneath of there. Once you put your rod through it, snap it down, reconnect your wires, and this is what lets your engine start when you push down on your clutch pedal. I'm not sure if this one is good or bad because of how things were so butchered up underneath of the dashboard. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the old one in and we'll test it and see if it's actually still good. Alright, so this is kind of hard for me to see, but I can get you guys underneath of there. You're going to see that there's a rod sticking out. This is where our arm is going to go on to that I'm replacing. And as you can see over here, I've got the shaft sticking through from the clutch master cylinder. And what I have to do is I have to get my arm on there and get it lined up. But this is all the way out, so I don't want to set my arm too far back to put more tension on it. I want it to actually go in just a tiny bit and take the tension off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all sorted out. I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time, but I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, and this is the final picture of the clutch pedal all put back together. As you can see, nothing is flopping all over the place anymore. I did have to get up in there. We had to pull the entire pedal assembly out of this truck, because once we put pressure on the pedal, we realized that this arm here was actually rocking back. But I couldn't really tell it just by grabbing the end of it. But it was like over 1/4 of an inch of movement up there. And that was another thing that wasn't letting us get full clutch. So I got up in there and I welded the hole so it was round again, and then took a hand file and a Dremel. We bought a new bushing kit for the pedal, and this thing is really tight now, and we had the truck running last night. Just unfortunately we ran into some brake issues, but that video is coming too. And that'll be it for the clutch pedal rebuild. Everything is happy in clutch land. See y'all again next time. Like and subscribe and all that happy crap. All hail internal combustion.